Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Bulldogs.
And Calvin.
Coach of Galvanator.
Boys, the preseason just went
Yes.
up a couple of notches.
It did.
Because
A notch.
the pracky games.
Oh.
It's a new thing for us to see. There's been a lot of talk and speculation.
Yeah.
And it's still talk and speculation,
isn't
to be
it?
honest,
Yes,
but
yes.
it's done up a small notch.
It's better than these intra-club games
Yes.
where one midfield's playing against another midfield, but they all come from the same place.
That's right.
So you don't know
Yeah.
who they are, at least.
And then you throw in the fact that no one was allowed to wear a cap to say they can't be tackled.
That's it.
And things like that.
Yep.
So we're progressing
We are.
towards
We're getting there.
normality.
So our pracky matches, the match simulation is somehow that's become the vernacular of this.
Match sim, mate.
They're just pracky matches, mate. Right. Anyway, we have seen
He's right.
well
He's right.
four
He's
of them
rarely
so
right.
far. So basically, this is the first half of this. We'll be back after the rest of them are done.
Yep.
To wrap up the other part of them. So let's look at it. What are we looking for in these? The key things are what?
Role.
Roll.
Is there a significant role change that is going to benefit this player?
Exactly. And who's not there?
That's
not
probably
there.
the biggest
That's
thing
a big
for
one.
that, which goes hand in hand with that role change.
Exactly.
It does.
You've got to question, why is that player playing there? Is it because this player's out?
yeah.
Or is
Do
it
we-
because that's what they're actually...
You might see someone
making
rack
it.
up 30 in the midfield. Their top three mids might not be playing.
So the numbers matter.
Well, that's
as well.
the thing. I don't think they do.
Not for premiums.
Well, yes,
We
agree.
normally
They
say...
still matter a little bit.
You'd like them to touch it.
You do.
You do.
Because if they don't, you start to worry.
Yes.
So they've got to touch it, but not too much.
But once again, the Great Dane Swan,
Yes.
good
Not,
players.
not everyone's
So-
a pig like Swanee.
Don't try in the pre-season.
As Dog said, the premiums you don't worry about.
Yes.
then, if they're not touching it. Okay, I'll wear that. What else are we looking for?
Well, look, the kids are who we are. And we'll just see who actually is a good chance for round one.
Agree.
Are they going to be competent enough to be playing round one? Where are they in that pecking order?
Yeah.
That's
you can
probably
trust
the thing.
your eye with that.
100% you can.
You can watch these rookies and go, maybe next year.
Oh.
Can't you?
Ooh,
Don't-
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
I
do that.
agree.
No
Yes, you
wonder you
can.
keep finishing so poorly.
Well, let's get into it. Let's start with
Okay.
our first game that we saw.
Did it fall to him. Merritt, back to Kako, snaps and goals. That is the class and skill of Isaac Kako on display.
The Bombers got the first win of the preseason. Up and about.
Finals bound.
Imagine peaking in glorified match sim.
In the rain and wind at Whitten Oval.
That's what you're doing.
All right.
Saturday.
You've
Anyway,
peaked.
let's get into it. Let's talk Bulldogs first because they were the home team. Our eyes were on Riley Sanders.
Yep.
And he played bulk midfield.
He
time.
did.
Played a little bit off the half forward, like
Yep.
he probably will during the
He will.
season. They were missing, though, a few players.
They were.
And that's important to note. And we'll go straight up their midfield.
Mm.
No Bont, no Libber, and no Treloar, but he's going to be missing a few weeks as well.
The
It's significant,
the
though.
three biggest bananas.
Yes.
Yep, and they are.
Yes.
They will get the
Yep.
most. But let's say Treloar's not there.
Yep.
He's not going to be there for a few
No,
weeks.
it's not.
Then it goes, well, it's those two, Libber and Bont.
Yep.
Then Richards, who was in there. He only played about half of that game
And he
anyway.
looked very
And he
good in the
good.
half.
Yes,
That's,
he
that's
did.
a problem.
Yes.
for
Riley is number 4 on the list.
Right.
Because we did see Matt Kennedy in there
Yes.
at that first bounce.
Yep.
That ain't happening.
I wouldn't think
He wasn't
so.
very good either.
He was solid.
Oh, he didn't try.
He was fine.
Come on. Come on. He's a seasoned vet.
You
Premium.
just jump on board the critical of Kennedy club.
He does.
I
Yeah.
hate that
The
club.
captain of the club.
He's good.
He is good.
Shame on you,
So leave
dog.
it at that.
Shame on you.
Now,
Riley,
okay.
Riley racked up, though.
Riley
he
was-
did all
yeah,
he could.
yeah,
he
he
had 28 touches.
Yep.
He looked lean,
Yep.
fast, fit.
Fighting machine.
Yep, so that's good. Now, so if they were full strength, which
Yes.
we know they're not going to be, you're telling me he's fifth banana.
With Treloar
Yes.
there, yes.
Yeah.
But Treloar's not there for a while.
No.
So, yeah.
So it puts him up to fourth.
yeah.
Right, and
But
that's good
depends on
enough.
where Libber is too. Like, I think he's straight in there. But, like,
think so.
who knows what might happen with him and his evolution.
Haven't heard a lot about him this pre-season,
No.
old Libber.
No.
Bond's
Low key
been-
these days.
No, Bond's been training the house down.
So
We
anyway,
did
he
see
did enough.
Jamara come back to training. If he's there round 1, we don't know that at this
Good to see
stage.
him back,
But
yes.
But Bont, there is probably a small question about what his role might need to be because of that.
Did you see Cody Waitman?
Yeah, so
Yes.
Cody Waitman's out now as
He's
well.
another 4 down. So
Yeah, that's
just
just...
keep an eye on it. Kennedy, plug the hole.
Yeah.
Now, they
Yes.
had Braden Crosley rucking. He took the first
Yes.
bounce, a big handlebar
He's a
mustache.
lump of a lad.
He's a big unit. But they didn't sign him as SSP, so
No.
they announced that.
Bit upset for him.
So
Saw that.
he won't be there. So English ticked the legs over where he had to.
So
He's still an option.
He is an option.
they're just totally backing him in
Yep.
again, aren't they?
Other names that we
Crikey.
did look, well, one that caught the eye was Joel Frazier, and he was excellent off half-back. Intercepts, I think that first quarter, he would have had the old fireball, I reckon, for the first quarter.
would have,
He was
yes.
Yeah.
on fire. He was there, but there was no Bailey Dale, so
No.
that's a big one
So
out of that one.
that
for
made
those
me
guys.
think he played Bailey Dale's role.
He did.
and lapped it up.
Yes. So
Like a
he's
dog
the
lapping up.
he's the number 2 banana of the back line there. Yes.
Yeah, but that's sort of not so much a role change or a shift, but he will definitely.
So
be
if
there,
you
I
had
think.
Bailey Dale in your current squad, you would have seen that and given him a tick based on what someone else did.
Oh
wouldn't you?
yeah. But then this is the other thing on all
Am I
of
right
these,
or am I right?
all
You're
these pracky games though. You've got to think these outside players. There is a lot more easier ball. Obviously,
I can take anything and twist it into
You can.
just not making a change. in
couple
my
of
team.
kids. Sam Davidson there
Yes.
played a wing, and he played pretty much the whole game on the wing.
Yeah.
Went back, he went forward, had a shot on goal. Like he's just. Yeah, he's 230k. We've got to monitor him. If he's there, he's an option, not necessarily a lock, but an option for round one teams at the basement, which is what we're still looking for a little bit. We still need, we're all paying up for these rookies, but we might still want to try
That's
to
the thing.
find
Oh, yeah.
a 230k.
You don't get
every
any
now and
more job security at the end of the day because you pay more.
Yes.
Doesn't
100k
work like
more
that.
is what we're looking
Yes.
at here.
then. Buslinger, I was watching him, but he didn't come on until late.
Right.
So that's one there. For the Bombers, probably the big news or the big name there was Elijah Sardis, who did get that bulk midfield time, and he got the clock there. The Bombers were missing Darcy Parish, but he's set back. Like
Yes.
he's not a round one starter by the
No.
sounds of it.
No.
Doug, can you
The big
talk to
one-
me about Sardis?
Well, I'm talking. I'm just
Well,
saying Durham's not there either. So they're probably the two midfielders that he would be. Now, Sardis.
He's legit in the middle of talking about him.
You're an idiot.
But I want you to
Do you understand how
Do-
like, broadcasting works? We're professionals here.
do a better job at it then, because you're not selling it. You're
well,
not,
what?
This was his intro.
You're an
Oh,
idiot.
you'll get an intro.
This is his intro
Oh, I
to the
thought-
cell.
So what did you think I was just going to talk about? Oh, Darcy Parish had a big day. I was talking about how Darcy Parish wasn't there, you peanut.
Right, keep going then.
Let's move past Sardis. No, Sardis, I think we've got other options at that price.
Yeah.
He will have a better season. He will get opportunities, but again, he's going to be that fourth banana.
Right.
Or whatever he'll be for the Bombers. But he got plenty of time. Looked all right. His skills are, he's better like that inside sort of
Yeah.
thing. Like he's in and under, as someone said, we can't kick over a jam tin.
Oh, that old Jesse.
I
Yeah,
love
I
it.
like that.
I love it.
Anyway, that
Did he
was
sell it well?
No, I actually fell asleep.
pump him up your draft order though. You should be doing
Really?
that. Yeah. Oh well, look what he
Mate,
is.
he couldn't make the team last year.
but he makes the team this year, Cow.
Oh,
so
there
he's
we go.
in there.
He's
He
in the-
will play.
He costs too much, doesn't he?
He's
Yeah.
600.
Yeah.
He's just in the range of all those other guys, which is a very similar range, I guess, to Dylan Shield. Bit more, but that half-back role,
I know.
real,
I know.
100%
You
real.
can't bring yourself to do it.
You're not doing that.
He was covering the ground very well.
He
too, like
was.
pushing up, and yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
He'll enjoy that
A
role.
poor man, Nick Martin.
He
doing
was.
it. Tell you, Nick Martin didn't have a great game.
No, he didn't.
He didn't try.
No, that's the thing. I
But
think
he's a bit.
in
He's
that
going to be a
area
little
now.
bit lost though with role, I think, because he's not going to be that halfback that we loved about him.
No, but I think he can score anywhere on the ground, that guy. And
Agree.
he still runs everywhere.
Mm.
He'll be fine, Nick Martin.
Speaking of halfbacks, well, further than that was Pryor. Opportunity
Yes.
was there.
He was. I saw a couple of intercepts.
He was all right. He was all right.
Prompted me to message you.
It's
on the socials.
enough to go, yep, he's still on the watch list. We just need to see what
Right.
that looks like.
But not enough to make the team you released.
Oh,
No,
what?
That's all right.
Yeah, he didn't put him in.
Got to keep
Goodness,
some
he was so
cards
bullish.
close to the chest.
Oh, here we go.
He's so bullish on opportunity.
Deceptive dog.
There's I've got a squad of 50. If you read the article, you would have found that out.
Oh, and by the way, shorten your articles, mate. Jeez.
People want
no,
insight.
they don't. Have a look at it. Oh, my
People want
goodness.
insight, Calvin.
They do not want that much
one-
insight
well, no one
about what
wants-
you had for breakfast.
That one nearly got in there, actually.
It really did.
I was looking at this week picks and it reminded me of. Move on. Where are we up to? Prior. Oh, then I just wanted to mention the rucks. So Bombers are going in with 2 rucks. It's going to be Brian as the man. Draper will come in and out. I like Brian as the ruck, but you just can't touch a classic or draft because they're sharing. That's the thing.
We don't like people that share.
That's it.
Ruck knocked it though, straight down to Simpkin, who snaps the simplest of goals. And you can see how much it means for Jai Simpkin.
One of the most fun watches of the weekend was definitely the Indigenous All-Stars up against Fremantle over at Optus Stadium. That was very fun.
You're right, it was fun to watch.
We saw lots of speed, lots of great skills across the game, but what we did get was fantasy scores.
Yeah.
We got real fantasy
ones.
scores.
That was
real
nice
numbers
to see.
that were taken. Thank you, Champion Data, for doing those
And
ones.
not just people on Twitter trying to...
Shout out to
hats
those
off
guys.
to
Well,
them.
no, I do like it, but, it's a little bit hit and miss.
Is it?
Yeah, you think Champion Data miss a tackle. These guys add tackles. Oh, yeah, they do.
Well, I know who I prefer.
Same.
Let's look there. Well, let's go the scores. Top scorer was Jai Simpkin with 115. He had 30 touches.
Yeah, locked him straight
And a
into my
goal.
team after.
Did he really?
No,
No.
can't do that.
Right, okay.
He's an option, but
He's in 5% of teams at the moment.
I don't.
Yeah, they're dabbling on it.
No, I wouldn't say I'm surprised about
No,
that, actually.
I thought it might be a little bit higher.
He had a thumper at the end of last year,
he
too.
did. Can I tell you that 115 points came from 65% time on ground?
Have mercy. What?
And that's something
me.
that we do watch when we're looking at the Amy games the following week.
Yeah, Tog.
Look at things
See?
like the time on ground.
Is it a positive or a negative? Time on ground.
that
Depends on who they are.
Exactly
was a
right.
big positive for him.
Yes.
We'll stay with the Indigenous All-Stars there. Jason Horn-Francis looked excellent.
Bags.
Kicked 3 goals.
I tell you what.
17 touches. He did that in his 67% time on ground, so a score of 99.
The bag was on.
He was on. all
He
right.
was on.
And he's finding it very easy. Everyone is getting a little bit slower and weaker for the bag.
Yep. Look, he didn't have a lot of it, though.
No,
But he didn't need a lot of it.
doesn't.
I'm going to call it now. Brownlow bag.
You wait till he starts to accumulate.
Yes.
If that happens during the season,
Yeah.
oi, 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 oi.
Isaac Rankin played a fair chunk of the game, 75%
Yeah.
time on ground for 61. But
He's better than that.
what's he going to look like for the Crows? And that's a story for another day.
It is.
But I think he's an option there.
He is mid.
Nixie
Okay.
on board.
When he
Come
plays-
on, Cow Crow expert.
When he's high CBA, he's mid-90s.
Well, you picked him last year.
I did. Thanks a lot for that, by the way.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, let's talk about Freo. So they were a team playing out there. Oh, mate, Longmuir, though.
Brilliant.
What did he say?
Look,
Playing vanilla.
a little bit arrogant. He
played Bulldog style.
Yes, he did.
Vanilla.
Yep, not going to let you know anything.
Yeah. Why?
Did he pick Pryor?
No, he didn't.
You know who he probably did pick in his own team was Nathan O'Driscoll. Now, this is something we saw.
Drizzy.
Okay.
107 he scored. He had 17 disposals, 10 marks was a big one. And that probably tells you a little bit of a story of the game. He still had 6 tackles, so that's
a good stat
that's
line.
big. It's a great stat line for, the 107 from 66% time on
Yeah.
ground. But those wingers and those outside players, they had a great day.
They did.
I think the key things is, like, he's value. He's a great value pick at 441k. Got the mid status, so if you were picking him, you're probably slotting him in at the M6 type position instead of that third rookie. You'd call him that third rookie
I reckon you're
in the
right.
midfield. Schmooky all over him,
He loves it.
Big.
Loves him.
and we
Big
heard
on
from
him.
Chris pre-Christmas that he was
So
keen on him.
Chris is the form player in the world.
He is.
And he said him. He
Yeah.
flagged him. So the thing with him, I have refused to believe it.
So have I.
Who am I to turn my nose up at a car winner about it? But
I
I'm
know.
like, I seriously don't really know the dude. I've heard about him for 3 years straight.
Exactly.
He's offered nothing. The more and more.
He's in the team now.
That's the thing.
That's the
and
thing.
So what? He's priced at what? 44?
43.
So
He only got 2 games last year.
So I don't even
Gotta
care
consider him.
that he got 107.
Yep.
At that price, if he's coming into his 4th year and he's consolidated that spot on a wing, if that wing's his, What Sharpie did last year.
Yeah, it was 75-ish.
Yeah, so if you can hit that, 70 plus, that's a
It's
win.
a great pick.
He's 30 unders.
Yeah.
He gets another game.
Is that, and especially when we're talking these rookies, and if you go back and listen to that great rookie podcast from the previous podcast in the feed, those rookies have some question marks with vests.
Yes.
And a few different
Now,
things
does
there.
he have a question mark with the vest?
I don't think so now.
No, I don't either.
Surely he's grown out of the vest.
He has. He's
He's
too
a
big.
big boy now.
Did Schmookie say that he might even get some CBAs?
He did. CBAs.
Come on. Drizzy, he's back in. He's right in the mix for me.
Training
He's
the
a
house
late
then.
invite to
Yes,
training.
he is. Could he replace a Rook and be basically
Yeah.
your M7, Roy?
Yes, he could.
M7.
I have looked at
M7.
that. I have looked at that
Yep.
with Just Jagger.
Interesting.
Wow.
Uh,
Think you need two.
Well,
Need or want?
that's the thing.
Interesting. The only other ones out of there.
Doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. Caleb Sarong scored 100. He had things his own way. No one went near him at all.
No.
That's not happening in the season.
No.
Like, he was at times running into forward 50, just stand there waving his hands, kicking
Yeah,
at me.
he was bored. Brayshaw was bored.
Brayshaw 91 from
Yeah.
84% time of ground. So they actually got decent clock into them.
Yeah, but didn't really apply themselves to the craft. Really.
No, like Brayshaw. Was there quicksand where he was
Yeah.
running? Or
Blisters on his feet.
damn,
No.
there were some quick plays
Swanee
around him.
pig-like out there.
Yeah.
He was. He doesn't need to worry about
The other
it.
blokes were quick, though.
They were
They were
lightning.
quick.
Last ones to talk about out of I'll mention Neil Erasmus. People are keen and excited there because he's got some value, I guess, if you're saying 435, price at the 42.
And this is
got the
where
forward status.
probably a good chance for me to apologise because earlier in the preseason, I thought O'Driscoll and Erasmus were the same person.
You did
Well,
too.
they could be the same person.
Well,
it
there
takes
you
two
go.
to sub.
Well, it does. So there you go. I really did think that. Play on.
All right, so the last one is just talking rucks. And we
Yes.
did talk about this on the Rookies podcast too. But Liam Reedy, 79, 36 hit-outs from his 85% time on ground. Looks good on paper. Wasn't up against a lot. So you can't read too much into that.
I think
And
he was
Priced
rucking against Rankin.
What's he priced at?
he's in the 400s, isn't he? Yeah,
Yeah,
402.
he's-
So price at 39. So he's still that option, I think,
cheap.
for that. But I don't think Freo has the answer for us yet, and we don't have the answer whether he's in the team.
No, I agree.
So
Darcy.
they could just go with Luke Jackson.
I don't think they want to do that.
No.
I don't think they do either.
But, yeah.
Darcy, we won't see him till round 7.
Yeah, could
Okay.
be.
That's cash.
It is
Isn't
cash
it?
to make.
So, yeah, that's one that we'll watch in their other game.
Okay, we'll
We'll
watch
see exactly what they're looking like, where they name him.
and what opponent he's up against.
Okay,
Yep.
that's fair.
Yes.
All right.
Hutchinson able to just bust his way through. Oh, he's delayed the handball. And then on the run, Elijah Hewitt. He's missed so much footy, but that showcases just what he can do.
Monday lunchtime, we had a bit of a look at
We did.
West Coast versus Richmond.
A lamb
the
gravy
Richmond
roll,
kids.
Roy. Oh,
I've still got
lot
some
of
of that in my
gravy.
beard, I think.
made a mess of that thing we did.
I needed binoculars to look
It
at
was
the
hard
to see.
footage. That was tough.
A few of these, that's one of the challenges of the Pracky games.
I heard Dwayne say, this is why, because he loves the idea of names on the back of jumpers.
We wouldn't be
I
able to
couldn't
read
even
those.
see the number.
Wouldn't help.
Let
No.
alone
In font
try
size
to
too.
read a name. Anyway, yeah, bless, good idea, but no.
All
Wouldn't
right,
have helped.
out of this game here, we obviously had our eyes on, we heard that highlight there, Elijah Hewitt.
Yep.
Ticked every box that
I
we
think
could have
so.
wanted.
Yes.
I think he's in our sides and we're very comfortable having him on field.
I think so.
Yep, I am.
Yeah,
At the
plenty
moment.
of centre bounces
Yeah.
and just look good, he's fit.
Yeah.
That's the key
He's-
thing for him.
He's a 60
I think so.
on ground.
Yep.
Take
Now, the other one in the middle was Jack Graham.
that. Oh,
Where are we sitting there?
forced my hand, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Roll. That's all I needed to see.
Yep.
And he is
Mm.
the guy.
Yep.
Like he is bulk, mid. There's no way he can avoid 85 if he tries as a tackler in that role.
Yep.
So I have found room for him,
And
unfortunately.
in there, they did have Duggan as well, but they were missing Harley Reid.
Yeah.
That was probably the main one. Tim Kelly too, because
Yeah.
he played in the Indigenous All-Stars game. So those two are ahead.
Yes.
They're in there. Who's out first? Duggan,
Yeah, I don't know.
or is it Hewitt? Hewitt might be down that pecking order a
potentially.
bit more.
But I'm with you. Jack Graham stays.
Everyone I'm talking to in the know over there has said he was brought there for a reason.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to be number 3 or 4.
Yeah.
It was like one of those top 2.
He's not as old as we think he is. He's been around a long time, but he's not that old.
Is Harley fit enough to play full-time mid at the moment?
Probably not. Graham is.
Graham is.
Graham's starting there.
He is.
You're
And-
not seeing him as a season-long keeper, obviously.
No.
Picking him, but
Hell no.
he's going to do better than his price.
I think so. Comfortably. Why? Where are you with him? Did you reveal him today?
No, but he's in the mix.
Yeah.
Like, it's what...
He's in the same
only
price
so much money
bracket.
that goes around when you pick a team these days.
Same
I'm
as,
starting to realise that. I thought we had heaps of money, but no, we don't.
No.
Same as Sanders,
Getting
the
thin.
same price as him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Did
do you
squeeze
like
them
more?
both in? Yeah, who do you like
Well,
more?
Graham's going to have a much better role, like more time in that.
But
And
he's
then
playing for
Sam
West
goes
Coast.
in a much fantasy-friendlier team.
That's
and
it.
the role as such, while he might be getting the CBAs, won't be as attacking as what Riley's will possibly be.
Graham's less likely to get a vest.
Agree.
Wow.
Graham's also likely to get maybe a lockdown defensive role in the middle.
Tackle.
He
tackle,
does.
Tackle, tackle.
He just
He
does
tackles.
tackle. Yeah, that's
He's
a tough
interesting.
one at the moment.
Interesting.
But I've got
Roll's
them
good.
both.
We were watching Jack Hutchison on the wing, and he did push into the midfield a bit too.
Yep.
Like, ticked boxes. I don't think his numbers would have been real big.
I don't think so either.
So that's an issue. So when we see the real stats, didn't see heaps of Bo Allen, but all the eyes said that he's
over.
all right. So yeah, so
Bo was solid
I think
without
he was.
being outstanding.
I think he was, Roy. I think
From
it was
what
Bo.
I read and
Yeah,
think I saw.
which
Yeah.
one was it?
What do you mean?
What do
was
you
he?
mean? Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway, Bo's still sitting there.
Yep.
for me.
that was. It is what it is. It's hard to watch a lot of those guys, but let's look at Richmond and the good story before the
Oh,
end.
come on
was
now.
Sam Lawler. Like, he
Dominating.
looked excellent.
He did.
Kicked a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Two of
He
their
basically had half their score.
two
didn't
of
he?
their 4 goals. he
Yeah.
kicked. But he was probably almost close to their best on, I reckon.
Yes.
He was just excellent. So, obviously, at the end, though, old mate Jinby
Come
cleaned
on.
him up.
Why'd he do that?
So, concussion,
pracky
but it
game.
is that little fracture in his jaw. So,
Someone said surgery. Is that
yeah,
true?
but like one that they're still thinking should be, they're hopeful that he plays round 1. But I'm thinking, your prize number 1 recruit.
you don't send him out
No.
with a busted jaw to lose by 100 on opening night.
We're
You do not.
making plans elsewhere, I reckon.
I think
the
so
thing.
too.
Agree.
But was there any suspension come out of that?
Not yet, as far as we know, but yeah.
There's got to be a bit of gentleman's agreement in a pracky too, doesn't there?
You'd think so.
Can't go doing that.
You have to.
Couple of players, and the ball is going to be back there for the Tigers. That we'll see. Jacob Blight was doing a bit.
Blighty was good.
What
He
about
was.
Banksy? We saw him a little bit there too. But
Banksy
yeah,
was
I
good.
think we're just, we're missing players,
Yeah.
like missing a few there. Again, Bakes was out there for West Coast, did his job.
Yep. Would a
Like, it's
full
just-
strength VFL team have beaten those teams?
Yes. They would.
If
We've
they
got a
train
little bit
together?
more
Yep.
we need to watch with these guys. But
Yep.
what we saw, I haven't really changed my mind on anything except for probably Lawler now out
Yeah.
because of that.
No, that's fair.
Brings up high. Bailey Smith from behind. Newcomb in front. Too strong. Too good. A beautiful kick. Day has no one on the mark. So plays on. Eyes light up. Kicks the goal.
We saw some very good players down at
We
GMHBA
did.
Stadium in
Yeah.
this game, and obviously we've got some relevant players. Both of these teams have a bye, with Geelong having the bad bye, that round 3-1, and Hawthorn the round 4 bye. Let's start with Geelong. Bailey Smith started on a wing.
Yeah.
That's what we saw. Time in the midfield. Just looked elite. How much did you guys watch of this one?
Enough
to
to see
see.
him and
Yep.
just go,
Yep. You know what I like about
delicious.
him? The headband.
Oh, look cool.
You can spot him.
Yep.
You know, you don't
Yep.
need a name on the back of his
Especially
top.
when you got all these blonde blokes
That's
out
the
there.
problem
Yep.
with
It
them.
looks good.
It does.
Now he's allowed to wear it again. He's got to turn it inside out.
Can't have the swoosh.
Can he?
Nah. And rightfully so, Roy. It made me really angry, to be honest.
Do you have to cover the sponsorship on your boots?
No,
Well-
they're allowed to do that.
Just not on your head. New
That's
rule.
the only place you're allowed to
I complained.
show. No, it's serious. Like,
Yeah,
that's the only place you're allowed to have non-club sponsor.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fair
'cause
enough.
I
Wasn't sure.
complained. AFL listened and said, "Yeah, no, you've got a point."
You
Cal."
would
You
complain
would have
about
an
that.
issue
You've
with
been
that.
so grumpy lately.
You're like that old man under the stairs writing your letters to the editor. You are that bloke.
Snapping back at people on social media.
Don't get me started on the way people drive.
That footpath out front of my place, I'm tripping over that.
I did write about a pothole a couple of weeks ago.
Did ya?
Get on with it. Yes,
Did
I
they
did.
fix it?
Yes, they did. They did.
Oh, wow.
Very quickly, too. I'm
stuff.
like, yeah, well
King
done.
cow.
Well done. They were like, sorry, Cal.
Right, so Bailey Smith,
Tick.
locked and loaded.
Yeah.
We have talked about him enough this
Yeah.
preseason, but Sam DeConning is where I want to go next.
Yes.
wow,
Started in the ruck.
Yep.
Spent half the game there. Did go down back later, but what do you reckon? Is this going to happen?
Okay.
I've put some feelers
Yep.
out, and it's
Oh, have
sounding
you?
pretty promising.
What? What's the split, though? If he's 60% ruck, he's in our team.
Agree.
Yeah, well, it's a starting ruck, is what it sounds like.
At Geelong.
Look, he's still going to get
They
that rest
swing-
forward.
They
Yeah.
don't respect
Rest
rucks.
forward.
He's going to go forward. Did you see that today?
Is that what they said?
That's where it'll
No,
rest.
that was Tom DeConning.
No, Sam.
Sam, really?
Yeah.
They won't rest.
Oh, hang on.
their
Maybe I
ruckman
am
back, will they?
confused.
No, you were talking about Tom DeConning before with that thing. Yeah.
So what? Sam
Sam.
will go back when he's not in the
I
ruck.
don't
you
know.
reckon?
Well, I don't know.
Unless I read something different. Don't worry about it. Play
No,
on.
that you are talking about Tom though. That's just
you
to
know
be clear
there's
on
two
that.
brothers.
Yeah, no, I know they're not the same.
I need to wear different coloured hair.
No, just wait and see. I reckon he might. You just wait and see.
Well, to back up for 2 games a weekend. But
Sounds like-
anyway,
Talk
so,
about Sardis or something here.
So you
Nah.
no, because this needs to be broken down.
It
Yes.
does.
No other ruckman rests in
No, no,
defence
no.
except like Max, who floats behind the ball to pick
Agreed.
off marks. But that's when he's in the ruck.
Yes.
So
Who's he swapping with? He's swapping with,
Blicks.
Blicks, who is
yes,
playing back.
Yeah. So
So maybe it is the thing.
yes,
We need to watch this and see this more.
We do.
They play
'Cause
against
it's
the
so
Bombers
interesting.
next Tuesday.
you don't want a fatigued ruckman who needs a rest trying to keep
Trying,
up with
yeah.
a key forward.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
because he's a player we're going to have to talk about right up to the get go.
So last year he had
Lucky we
5
see a
games.
preview.
5 games as the main ruck,
Yeah.
averaging near 90. When he wasn't in the ruck, he went at 43. So it is something we definitely need to know.
Well, we get that cheat code. Look at
Yes,
it.
We do.
Exactly. We'll have more data.
More data, which they can still change at the drop of a hat. Those
And
guys.
they will.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the concern. But if you got up to that buy out of him, what's that? 3 price changes.
Yeah.
And you
Surely
could
they
shuffle across to.
they
whoever.
don't want to
Yeah.
use Stanley.
I don't reckon.
That's the thing.
So
Brian.
Stanley came on late. I think he played in that last quarter. And this is probably what we could have said off the top. That what we really want to watch is probably the first half of these games, the match sim. I think that's where it's more likely teams. Things
Realistic,
get
yeah.
shuffled a lot more there. With if you're not playing that first half, unless you're a gun,
Yeah.
and that was your management, and that's how they wanted to do it, you're probably not there for round 1. Agree?
I think
I
so.
really don't know.
No, I don't know either. But
be honest.
that's just a story I'll make up.
Yeah, and it sounded really good. I'm
Narratives
going
of
to
whatever
listen
you
to
can
it
do.
back again.
The other one, Mitch Nevitt. I think he's going to be a player this year.
I think you're
431k.
Yeah.
It's just in that, we talked about O'Driscoll, like it's just in that range. Thereby probably crosses him off.
So I haven't seen any stats, but was he at CBAs?
Yeah,
he
definitely,
looked
yeah,
at
he
bulk
was.
CBAs
He's-
when
yeah.
I was watching.
He's your Tanner Bruin of last year, unfortunately.
Tanner.
Yep. He's a name we talk about,
Yeah.
and Geelong just won't go through with it.
Yeah, okay.
I can't see it.
Right.
You don't think?
All right, I'll put a line through him then.
Yeah, he actually had the most CBAs.
Oh, so
according to one of the stats.
and you're like your Jai Clarks, those guys that they always sort of tease us with. Just never
Holmesy was
happens.
good. He's just an excellent player.
Who?
Holmesy.
Oh, Holmesy's
Max.
great.
He's good.
He's an option if he if he didn't have the buy, you would be saying he's someone you'd happily have for the year.
Yep.
A value alternative to like a Sheasel.
Nice draft one. When there's probably more sexier names as such at the top end of your defenders, you're going to be happy with that, I reckon. Mid-90s,
Very sexy.
easily. It's all right. Hawthorn, Will Day,
Oh,
was just very good.
when I
And
turned on, whoa,
This
he
is
went
the problem.
on a hot streak.
I'd pretty much put a line through him a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And he has to be considered again. And, you tell yourself these stories, but I think he's going to have a next level
Yep.
season.
He got the
Price at
eraser
75.
Rub that line through right out because, like I said, now you guys know I'm a Will Day fan.
Agree.
He is clearly, hands down, Hawthorn's most talented player. And some people scoff at that. It is the truth. And like you said then, Dog, people will see it this year. That guy is a class above.
He is.
They have a lot of really good players.
Yep.
But he is like a next level. Like you look at him and Nuke. Nuke's a great bull in there.
Yep.
But Day is next level.
He will come second in the Brownlow behind Brownlow Bag. There you go. You've heard it first.
What about Brownlow Bond? You were giving it to him earlier.
Yeah, I have to think about it. I haven't seen him yet.
Three-way tie.
Yes, it will be.
So, yeah, he had obviously centre bounce, but he's just running all over the ground. Did he kick a couple of goals? Maybe
He did.
I don't know what patch it was that I turned on. Maybe early
Kick
second
two.
quarter. He was everywhere. Like if
On
it was the
fire.
season proper and you had him, my goodness.
So at a minimum,
Ecstatic.
he gets to what he got in 2023, which was that
95.
95.
Yes.
Yeah.
At a minimum.
Yeah. So what about
Minimum.
the talk?
Minimum.
Huh?
Don't know. He's just.
What about the talk of him going forward? Does that wreck him?
If he kicks 2 goals a game, not
Fine.
an issue. But,
Okay.
yeah. I don't know, because they weren't missing any midfielders as such either. That's the thing. Like, their outs wouldn't impact
No,
what he was doing.
he was great.
Their outs might impact the sick dog,
Yeah.
who was looking epic in that back line.
This is prime time sick.
It is.
It
but
is.
If he's back,
Yeah.
he is value. If he's back, he can be a fantastic fantasy scorer.
Yeah, you're right.
105 2 years ago.
Yeah. Just peacocking back there
Yeah.
he was.
But,
But
so their out was Barras, who had his wedding,
Yeah.
so he didn't play.
They are still... Sick is going to be swung forward
Yeah.
more this year than he was last year.
I
It's as
think
simple
so.
as that.
yep.
And that's not good.
Priced at 87,
Yeah, it's
near 20 points down what
I
he
know.
was doing.
bit of meat on the bone. Nah, too risky.
It is.
Wait to that buy,
Yeah.
and then if you're happy, but then you could be happy with what he's doing, lost all his value, and then the next week, go forward, mate.
That's it. That's how the
I've
dog
seen
rolls.
best 22s from smart people still got him as a forward.
Wow.
Anyway, we get to watch him down here.
We
next
do.
week. We're
I reckon
excited about
I've got
that.
a challenge for Dog.
What?
Hit up the presser and ask Sam about that swing man.
Sam Mitchell doesn't like me.
No,
very
he doesn't.
No, he
That's why I
doesn't.
want to see it.
much. I want you to do it.
Well, he likes me. He hates you. It'd be funnier if you do it.
Sam Mitchell wasn't happy one day when we were working for their club trying to get some stuff. He didn't want us there.
It's dedication we need from you, dog. I got a tattoo.
Us.
I
You.
got a tattoo. You just need to do an interview, mate. Come on.
Well, it's Bevo and Sam Mitchell.
I know. It's going to be a hot room.
Fireworks.
For anyone
destroyed.
being silly in there.
Get in there, dog.
I know. That's what I
Let's
want.
decide on person who ranked highest out of the three of us. Who was that last year? Oh, Roy, you're on.
Okay, I'll do it.
There it is. Those the first 4 games that we've watched of the match sims and these pracky matches. We'll be back after the next lot to talk about those, which is on the eve then of the Amy Community Series, which we're excited about. We'll see stats for those. We'll be able to see hopefully better camera angles and some work along the way.
It's another notch.
Zoom in.
It's just another notch.
Goes up.
Yeah.
What are we at? What notch are we at to? Out of 10.
We're at level 3.5.
Ooh.
Out of 10.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going higher than that.
Yeah, I reckon we're at least halfway.
I was
See,
going to
this
say.
is half the problem with your
So
team.
you're controlled. You're controlled.
am.
Brilliant. Well done.
You're reading too much into it if you've dialed up that high so
okay.
far.
I'll go
And
back
during
a bit.
that exciting news, we've probably already announced it, but we are live commentary of
That is
Hawthorn
exciting.
versus the Bulldogs game on Thursday. 5:20 start. We'll start a few minutes earlier than that. We're very excited about doing that, so make sure you tune in. That'll be live on afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app, Cal.
Oh, wow. Right.
So you'll be able to tune in.
Gosh,
Come to the game.
We're going head to head with many.
Probably no one
Oh, as if. They'll be lining up for this.
You reckon?
What?
Yo, yes.
to this game.
Well,
Yes,
people
to
want to
commentate.
commentate
It's a humdinger.
We'll be
It
the
is
only
a
ones here
humdinger.
commentating from here.
Oh, highly doubt that. We stacked. Stacked to the rafters of commentators.
Wow.
Well,
okay.
you know which one to
I'll
choose.
bring my A game then.
Yes.
Anyway, legends, thanks very much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on all of the podcast places, or the place that you listen to it, because you probably don't need to listen to it 3 times across 3 different podcast platforms. Or you could.
You could
Some
try.
people would, I reckon.
You would.
And we'll be back again soon. Follow us all on the socials as well.